Right, we're on to box one of case one. Now, interestingly, I'm here in Land Down Under, and I've gotten Belgian boxes, curiously, right? So I thought we were being serviced generally exclusively by Japan. And I was looking at the language list too, because we have English, we have German, French, Italian, and Spanish, right? So European. So yeah, interesting how many have come from Belgium and what they're potentially setting up with the printing in Japan. Anyway, box one, right? We're gonna spend some time opening the case, talking about a few things. Right, come along if you want. If you just want the goodies, I mean, scroll through. I think I'll usually do price checks. Oh, it's the first week, so I'm not sure if I will. But if I do, right, it'll be up there in the corner here, right? So you can just scroll along down the bottom till you see a big number, and you can see what the pool is. But what should we start off discussing first? I think the big irksome one for a lot of people is the majestic heroes, right? The adult heroes, and why they are infrequent. Now, the understanding is you don't want them for draft for limited formats, right? So they're not there, so they're better to be in the majestic slot. I think, and I feel a lot of us think, that was a dumb idea. And the fact that we now have two tokens, even if they were in the token slot, right, at the same frequency they are now, that wouldn't impede anything. If they were slightly more common, that would add to it. Because, yeah, getting your hands on a full set of the adults, right, is going to take you a few boxes. And since it's such a cheap thing as well, right, it's kind of irksome to have to then go out of your way to buy them. Anyway, we digress. What is our first pull? So we will spend a little bit more time sifting through cards, right? Since this is the first box, we can sort of talk about the different mechanics going on. So we have Boost with that nice border. Then we have Galvanize with that nice border. Although it's the same border as Scrap, because I guess they sort of do the same thing, which is item destruction, right? So you can Galvanize and then scrap them. And more Boost. Then, of course, we have Evos. So we are curious about Evo's pull rate. So why don't we do this? Evos, items, it's gonna take too while to sift through, won't it? Still, we'll do it for this first box, right? We can take this one nice and easy. So any items can go here, Evos can go there, and we can sort of get a tally of how many we've pulled. So that can go there, another Evo. So this is an Evo heavy pack. We get a Polarity Reversal Script as our first foil. The foils in this are gorgeous, right? I think they've stepped up to another level again, which is saying something because they're already quite high. Do I care about the rares? Kinda, right? I'm pretty sure I'll get a full set anyway. So something like that. I kind of need more space then. And we have tokens as well. Let's shift the things around just a tad. Oh, as they fall. Paperback. They do not stick together, so they slide everywhere. It's the one little annoying caveat. So we have rares, we have rare foils, we have Evos, we have items, and then we basically have junk, right? And I'll generally stick tokens here too, because at this point I have full sets of the tokens, because there are not a lot of tokens, right? You have each hero, each weapon, so that's 6, and then you have the 4 pieces, right? So there's only 10 in total. I don't think any of the other cards show up, do they? I don't think there is any. Quicken is a big thing that's played in Bright Lights, right? But then that's 250 in itself. That's not actually in the token slot, isn't it? We'll see. It might be in the token slot. It's fine as well. Again, there's not that many to pull from. The Majestic Heroes being there, would have been a big deal. I do have to be on the lookout for items. That's a block, not an item. That is an item. That is an Evo. That is an item. Are they stuck together? Are they clumped? Right? Even though I know they're commons and rares, they might be. We'll have to take a look into that too. Rares, and then we get a MHC script, which is one of the good ones. This and the autosave, right, I think are pretty strong for being a common slot as well. We get Max. The Proto are not double-sided, which is interesting. So I feel like, obviously, they could have got more use out of that too. Junk. Next pack. So we're looking for, obviously, our expansion slot goodies. Extended arts, even though there's only 3, they're still pretty good cards to get finding extended art. I feel like they could do more with that, but they're sort of, again, reining in the special varieties, and yeah, just, having fringe collectible things, which is not bad. So we went item, technically an Evo, we'll count it as an Evo, item, and that was the same as before, wasn't it? Right? And then the 2 rares. So the last 3 commons always items or Evos. Interesting. And that's our first common foil, and we did get a expanded slot. We got Contest the Minefield. Now, I don't think this is too great, right? It's a good card, don't get me wrong, but the meta for Wizard with Icelandia Gorn is not for Contested Minefield, right? Especially in Blitz, you're either popping off. Pretty sure Kano in Clash Constructed, you still just want to pop off, right? So slowing down your opponent with this is kind of a waste. The idea is you play at instant speed on your opponent's turn, and then obviously you don't suffer the downside. It just affects your opponent's end draw. Still, it's a good M, and we don't really have a slot. Well, we can put them there, right? Shift things wrong. No, we'll just put them there. All M's can go there, foil or not, because they are the big prize cards. Okay, so the end 3 cards of the common slot. That's what we're looking for. We'll go backwards this time. So, no, there's a few more. We get any here? No. Okay, so that's normal cards. And then we have Evo, item, Evo, sort of, item, Evo, M. And that was a rare too. And we have Boom Grenade, which also still, yeah, it looks gorgeous. Again, just the tasteful foiling. I guess we're sticking with the items. I don't know. No, 4 commons. We'll stick them there. Trying to think what I want for putting them into a binder. I've done all the commons because me and my partner have opened. There's Quicken, so it is in the token slot. We have already opened a case and gotten the majority of commons. Haven't had any good pulls, right? It was a pretty jank case, right? I think we got 1 Rainbow Fall Legendary Shriek Razor. That was it. Anyway, items. No, so they are just in those slots, which is good. 1, 2, 3, then 2 rares. Cool. That is actually good to know, right? And consistency is, which is what you want. So it goes to show you that the whole crack shuffle play mechanic has really been thought out, which is great, right? That's what we want. We want, you know, it to actually be curated, even though it is an entire set, unlike something like Jumpstart from MTG. The fact that they have put so much thought into it is a great sign for future sets. Okay, 3 items start here. 1, Evo, item. Evo. Oh, we got 4 that time. But it does seem like definitely your last 3 cards are going to be Evos or items, and then you have a chance for extra. Scrap Hopper. Don't think that one's too great with the Quicken Tone, just because there are so many other ways to create Quicken or get action points in mech. Rare. And then we have Hadron Collider, nice and shiny. 2 tokens. Right, next pack. Still haven't hit the expand slot. Trying to look at how many discards we've seen. It's definitely not 15 yet, but then we also looked at the odds because tokens are 1.8, interestingly, right? So every 5 packs, you should get something else extra, right? Either a cold foil, an expansion slot, or something. Sorry, we did. What am I saying? We did hit the expansion slot already. We got Contested Mines. I am losing my mind. Being contested. Right, item. Another Evo, another item, just a regular rare, and then a foil common. So, not too great. Again, Flesh and Blood is really not the game to open for value. If you're collecting, go with a case. That's my motto. Anything more is overkill. And then just buy the singles you want, right? Which is a good mentality to push onto your clientele, right? Because it shows that you're not just money grubby. Okay. Oh, Penetration Script, this is also another great one. In Old Dash, starting with that is super strong, right? Just 2 turns of +1 extra damage. And then just go for a huge boost combos. Steel Street Hoons, right? And that's straight from the Lore artwork too, right? So it has boost. If an item you control has been destroyed this turn, it gets +2 damage. So it's 3 for 5, it's not that great, right? I guess with boost, it's sort of average. Then it's blue, so that is useful. Kind of a meh card to me. I might be missing its true usage, but yeah, seems meh. Okay, halfway point yet? Somewhere like that. Nothing glorious at the back. Or common. No M's even. There's our item, Evo, block. We get Buzz Hive. I think we should have gone full sets, right? So that's also a good sign, right? Because you want Evos in everyone. I mean, mainly Teklo Vossen. That's the big thing. If Evos weren't this common, right, Teklo Vossen would be just awful to play limited with. It still does sort of feel like, you know, if you were going to do crack shuffle play, everyone should be most likely Dash or Max. Or if you get the right cards, you can go Teklo. But generally speaking, you know, there is a multitude of differences between the 3 of them in the limited format, right? Teklo is very much sort of geared towards not being limited, just because he has such a capacity. Lots of people say Dash is as well, but I feel Dash you can sort of get away with, right? Especially because we are getting a ton of items anyway. But yeah, the Evos, because you really want Sentry and Steel Soul so you can, you know, make use of your ability, right? If you start losing efficiency with your ability, then what's the point of playing it, basically? Come on, show me a good old cold foil. Now, there is a massive amount, right? We did get cold foil. In fact, this is one of the no, it's not Marvel. Damn. Right? Slight distinction in the set. I think they could have gotten away with full art again. Sad to see they didn't. We get border treatments like Dynasty, but less so because it's very less apparent. It's only slight differences to the border. Evo, item, Evo, Liquid Cool Mayhem. I think is a good card, right? Once you get the payoff. Again, everything is once you get the payoff, which is not that good because then you're spending all that time for the payoff. Met-X. Okay, so we got Evo Cog Spitter is our first cold foil. That's all right, right? Pretty sure they're not going to be huge collectibles, just because again they're flooded, right? There are so many jank ones that, you know, people aren't really going to be too interested in using versus the high end. And then it's this Breaker set and the Steel Soul that are the Marvels, correct? Right? And even then they're not overtly fantastic. That is fantastic though, right? Given the hype. Let's do the items first while we're at it. So there, item, arms, items, legs, chest, rare, item as well, but foil. And then our first foil expansion is a Tome of Imperial Flame, right? So everyone wants this for Emperor there. I was going to say Dromai first, and then somehow they got mixed, right? But yes, Dromai. Everyone wants them. Dromai, more so. And yeah, it's, you know, could be competitive, like a win more card, right? In Dromai already. I mean, Illusionist by far just has some of the best support. It has to be the like favorite class of LSS, surely. Item, arms, item. Soup Up is our rare. Ratchet is another rare, and then 2 proto pieces. So you definitely find enough proto pieces for everyone to go around. Then most shots. So that is max. Yeah. Look, I've already learnt. Okay, we're doing it backwards. 4 rare, rare, rare. It should be items. Evo, item. Okay, so it's either Evo, item, Evo, or item, Evo, item, right? Oh, no, we got another one. Or more. But somewhere in that line, it seems like. But yeah, just the Sentry, I think just the economy of being, you know, blocking your hand for 2, Techlo. Well, you have to get into your bash zone, so you go with Scrapped, and then play it again. Or even just, yeah, play it for 2 and then 1. Would it see more use? Obviously, it'd see more use if it was 3, but would that be too broken? I'm trying to mull on it a little bit. Probably. It feels good as is, I think, right? It's just value pieces. Either you block with it or you equip it and then you block with it twice. And it doesn't get destroyed, so it adds to max, it adds to any of the breaker pieces, adds to like almost any of the other Evo sets as well. Being able to obviously destroy more cards. That's common and 2 tokens. Right, these are scrap packs. Where's my stack? Here's some. I'm sort of losing. I think there's some more under there. We'll get to them. Should try and speed things up, I think. Right, so junk, item, piece, item, 2 rares, common foil, and nada. Yeah, we got a system down. Anything in the back? Nope. So token, foil, 2 rares, arms, item. So then it should be an Evo, and this should be an item. Look at that. Learning. See if we can do it the other way. So go to the item or the Evo. Right, so it's an item. So the next one should be an Evo. Done. Next one item. Next one Evo. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Steel Soul Processor. Right. Should have been 3s. or Teklo Vosson's ability should have been less. I think 2 would have been fine, right? So you're paying 6 for cards, so it's still 2 blue pitchables. You really want to be in blue if you want to do crazy things with Teklo, and the majority of payoffs are not blue. So I have continued to spout off. Okay, I think 5 left, because I think there's 2 hidden under the trash. Let's see. Item, Evo. Item. Technically, Evo. 2 rares, foil, common, and then 2 tokens. Yeah, I think they could have gone away with more stuff in the token slot. Again, since they've upped it to 2. Okay. Item, Evo, item, not Evo, 2 rares. We get a steam canister. I think it's too slow. in all honesty. I know it's instant, so you crank something and it's the last one you put in. In Data, it's fine, right? Because you go into it. But I think any of the other heroes where you have to actually, play it, even though it's 0 cost, it is way too slow. Yeah. I think if it had a stronger effect and was in a slightly different color, maybe. But I feel like it is too slow. I feel like a lot of things are way too slow for the current meta of Flesh and Blood. So it'll be very interesting to see as things shift. But at the current pace, they are too slow in my honest opinion. Item. Oh, that's breaking the mold. 2 rares. Yeah, 2 rares. Then we get a Torque Tuned. Control an item, destroy this. I haven't looked at really any of the Galvanize, right? Because I don't think it's worthwhile. Again, taking time to turtle, too many T's, is not really the objective of most mechs, right? Especially to then be a payoffs. It was 3 hidden under here. 4? No, that's empty. Right, so we've got 3 left. We have not found an owl. We have found expansion slot foil, no extended art, no marvel, and a cold foil. So probably not too much left in this, but we'll see. That's the start. So Evo, item Evo, scrap. Prismatic lens is another fantastic one. This and the quantum processor, right? To search for items. Seems good. Starting with them in old Dash is questionable. I like starting with quantum processor, right? So you can get 2 turns of extra items. But then you also might as well just play New Dash and then just play them from your banish slot. Although you do have to pay. That's also the wrong spot because that's an M. That's a foil item. And then 2 tokens. Anything juicy left in the box? Nope, not in this pack at least. Okay, start from the item. We'll do a quick count, right? Because I'm curious overall how many you get. It does seem like you get the majority of cards you need to play from one box, which is, again, great, right? I think the only cards that should hold value and be valuable, right, even with M's, are the cold foils and the chase cards, right? Foil M's, sure. I think normal M's, they shouldn't creep up as much as they do, and will take some balancing. I think they're sort of just iffy on pulling the trigger and making them more frequent, because they are technically more frequent. We found no, that's good. They are technically more frequent now because we have the expansion slots M's, right? So you get 1 to 2 extra ones. But yeah, we'll have to see in coming days. Obviously, the tunic as well has sort of upset a few people, but I think it's understandable to realistically expect that any card can instantly tank in value if it's not, again, the collector's piece, because that's really clearly stated and it's been clearly stated from the start. So I think you can't fault them for doing it, and if you got caught out holding them, well, that's on you. Ratchet up, Spring Leak, Dumpster Dive, and then we got a Warband of Ballina, which should, right, see play, because this is the main way to charge. Well, no, it's destroy this. Next time you attack this turn, you may charge. And then if you charge a yellow, draw a card, go again. I mean, it's super powerful, right? I don't think there's anything else going on for the head for Bolton. Again, not big on Bolton, but yeah, that'll do. Right, so 1 cold foil, 1 legendary, and then in case of M's, we did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only got 6, so we're under for inbox, right? Because technically it's still 6, although we got 6 a box. So I'm curious if they've tweaked it, right? And the rarity shown, the 1 in 4, is M's overall rather than impacts. Be interesting to see, again, the exact way they've blended the odds of the expansion slot and the normal. But at the same time, it creates a lot of confusion. And of course, Tome of Imperial Flame. So these 3, well, sorry, these 2, definitely gotta be good, right? Interested to check their values. Anyway, that'll do it. First box down, 3 to go. Hope you enjoyed. Also, my bad. Here I am cleaning up and getting ready to sort these piles. I'm like, why did I put these aside? All right, because I was going to count them. Granted, it's a huge stack already, so we know that they're going to be accessible and they're going to be playable. The question is, what ones did you find? And, you found the decent ones you want to go into, so Sentry into probably the Evo charging. I mean, the bug set, which someone hated me calling it, but I don't know what else to call it, right? The bug set is okay, but definitely the big payoff is the Evo set. The Evo Dash set. I don't know what else you want to call it, right? Looks like Dash, color scheme of Dash. But yeah, decent chunk, and you have the alternative pieces. Cogworks is obviously what you want to play. And then itemization. Definitely accessible. This is such a huge chunk, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm not going to count all the way there, but already, right? It's easily 2 a pack, probably. Right, so in limited, you're finding what, 2? So you're finding 6. 6 out of your 40 card deck, 30, 40 card deck. Yeah, I think that's fine with Dash, right? And sometimes you'll find more than 2. Anyway, there we go. That'll do it. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.